Good evening and welcome. You're watching the Newstrack. I'm Rahul. Can the opposition parties show unity of purpose and come together in a meaningful manner against the Modi government? Or will this attempt at opposition unity come apart because of internal contradictions? That's my top focus on the Newstrack.
"26 parties. One mission, Modi Hatao." Second big opposition meet in 2 months. But who will lead this Gathbandhan? Modi versus who in 2024? Big focus on Newstrack.
In a moment from now, we'll go across live to Bengaluru where this big opposition unity meeting is being held. Before that, here are the headlines. 38 NDA allies to meet in Delhi tomorrow. Chirag Paswan back with the BJP. JP Nadda hits out at the United Opposition meeting, calls it a coalition of the corrupt. Centre tells the Supreme Court that the Delhi ordinance will be tabled in the monsoon session of Parliament, accuses the Kejriwal government of taking excise scam files illegally and harassing vigilance officers. Another Tamil Nadu minister under ED scanner after Senthil Balaji, Ponmudi and his son raided in a money laundering case. 70 lakh rupees of cash recovered from their house. Stalin cries vendetta. India Today accesses Delhi police charge sheet against Braj Bhushan. Testimonies of wrestlers reveal harassment horror. India Today was the first to show image proof against Braj Bhushan. UP anti-terrorism squad grills Pakistani national Seema Haidar, who allegedly entered India after falling in love over a mobile game PUBG. ATS investigating Seema's 6 mobile phones and documents. "26 opposition parties have gathered in Bengaluru with a mission to unite against the BJP in 2024. When they met last in Patna, soon after the NCP was split, the whole idea behind coming together and having the second Gathbandhan meeting in 2 months is to suggest that despite what happened with the NCP in Mumbai, the opposition still has the wherewithal to come together to form a common agenda against the Modi government. Tomorrow, these opposition parties will sit and start chalking out their strategy and future course of action. Right now, there's a dinner going on in Bengaluru at the Taj Westin Hotel. Tomorrow is also when 38 NDA allies will be meeting in the capital. India Today's political bureau decodes the mega power play.
Bengaluru decked up for a potential unified opposition. The streets of the southern IT hub lined with posters, cutouts of netas from an array of anti-BJP parties. From the east to the west, the north to down south. 26 political parties attending the 2-day brainstorming in the Congress-ruled Karnataka.
I always tell that joining together is the beginning, thinking together is the progress, working together is the success. This is not an individual political party meeting. It is shaping this country for the future of 140 crores people.
The Bengaluru huddle comes almost 2 months after the opposition parties came together for their first big meeting at Patna. Speculations put to rest about Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal's participation, with Congress pledging support to his party over the Delhi ordinance, the Delhi chief minister responding in kind with his attendance at the Bengaluru meeting. NCP leaders Sharad Pawar and Supriya Sule joining the formal opposition deliberations in Bengaluru scheduled for Tuesday. Insiders tell India Today the meeting will discuss plans to work out a common minimum program for the proposed opposition alliance in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Subcommittees likely to be set up for drafting the CMP and joint campaign plans. Discussions expected over seat sharing on a state-to-state basis. A new name for the proposed unified alliance may also be considered.
नेताओं से भी बड़ी बात यह है कि लोग साथ आए और लोग साथ आ रहे हैं। दिल्ली के 2 करोड़ लोग साथ आ गए, पंजाब की 3 करोड़ आबादी साथ आ गई। अब लोग जुड़ते जा रहे हैं और कहीं ना कहीं मुझे लगता है कि आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी को ये दृश्य सताता है।
On its part, the BJP has described the opposition meeting as a coming together of vested interests.
न तो इनके पास नेता है, न ही नीयत है, न ही नीति है और न ही फैसला लेने की ताकत है। यह फोटो अपॉर्चुनिटी के लिए अच्छा है। स्वार्थ की राजनीति पर आधारित ये एकता की जो बुनियाद है वो बड़ी खोखली है।
Barring some still missing from the anti-BJP camp in Bengaluru, the two-day event being billed as a full house show of opposition strength. An informal gathering on Monday evening followed by dinner at the hotel venue in Bengaluru. The formal discussion begin Tuesday with an address by Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge. A joint press conference is scheduled after the conclusion of the meeting. Once fractious and in mutual competition for political space, the opposition parties seems to have closed ranks for a pre-poll pact, at least for now. Bureau Report, India Today.
India Today's National Affairs Editor Rahul Srivastav is live in Bengaluru. He's reporting on this opposition unity meeting. Rahul, as somebody who's observed Indian politics for the better part of 3 decades now, what have you picked up from the Taj Hotel where this meeting is taking place? What are the big ticket takeaways likely from Bengaluru?
Rahul, one very critical word came from one of the senior leaders in the meeting. He said कि अभी मिलना शुरू हो गया है, दिल मिलना बाकी है. Now then he went on to explain that what Narendra Modi today has and the BJP has chemistry and an established arithmetic. Whereas this meeting, the second in a row from Patna on June 23rd, could be a beginning of an arithmetic. Now what he explained is that the total number of leaders, 26 odd parties, the total number of MPs these parties command is close to 170, 175. That means more than 370 MPs, constituencies, are still out of this opposition unity index. That's where lies the catch, that they have to first scale up their arithmetic and then find something that creates the chemistry against Narendra Modi. But nevertheless, what they are counting are the pluses which have emerged. Mamata Banerjee and others who are not ready to meet in a Congress-ruled state are here in Bengaluru, which had hosted 1988 the meeting of the entire Janata Parivar, which came together to form the Janata Dal, which vanquished Rajiv Gandhi in 89. 1971, the slogan Indira Hatao Desh Bachao emerged from Bangalore. So it's got some pluses for the Congress. Congress at least has made people convinced that it needs to be at the center of any opposition unity effort. If you see the poster holding behind me, it's again a very interesting study. Mamata Banerjee and Sitaram Yechuri and D. Raja, NC and PDP leaders together. Now, these are people who fight locally but are ready to come together nationally. But the Congress is showing certain amount of flexibility to remain at the center of this opposition unity, saying, for example, a nuanced yes to supporting Aam Aadmi Party as far as the Delhi ordinance is concerned. But inside, I think a lot needs to be done, Rahul. I'm told very clearly by many leaders now, Rahul, that everybody is talking about a common minimum program. They are saying that's not happening. After a government is formed, there could be a common agenda for governance. But till then, for the election, a subcommittee is likely to decide only, which is called common issues to raise against the Narendra Modi government. So a possibility of a common minimum program, say between a Mamata Banerjee and Sitaram Yechuri, is totally ruled out. So that's where lies the catch, that if a common
Okay.
minimum program is so difficult, a common leader will be very difficult, and a common candidate yet more difficult.
In the midst of all of this, for the second time in 2 days, Ajit Pawar has met with Sharad Pawar in Mumbai. And I want to go across to Sahil Joshi, Maharashtra Bureau Chief. Yesterday, from what I heard from Jayant Patil and Praful Patel, Sharad Pawar heard this delegation but didn't say anything. Now he's meeting them again. Now here is the Machiavelli of Maharashtra politics. He's not in Bengaluru when that meeting started. And everyone's wondering what's going on, what's cooking in Mumbai right now, Sahil?
Well, Sharad Pawar is going to go to Bangalore tomorrow. By 11 o'clock, he will be there in the meeting along with Supriya Sule, most probably. But he is going to go himself for sure. That has been cleared, by the Sharad Pawar, the people close to Sharad Pawar, as well as they have officially tweeted as well. Now, as far as these meetings are concerned, what Praful Patel said yesterday and what Praful Patel said today, there is not a difference of a word, because he said exactly the same thing, that the MLAs, the leaders wanted to meet Sharad Pawar, took his blessings, and they requested him that find out some sort of a solution by which the NCP, this split in the NCP can be stopped. Today, the other MLAs also, they joined Praful Patel and Ajit Pawar to meet Sharad Pawar. What I have heard is that yesterday, after the meeting with the ministers of NCP, Sharad Pawar made a speech to the NCP youth wing, and he made it very clear that he doesn't want to join BJP at all. He doesn't want to join hands with the BJP. Even today, after their meeting with the MLAs, he repeated himself that he doesn't want to join with BJP. Though Jayant Patil's press conference after this whole meeting was very, he didn't commit anything. He just said that what Sharad Pawar thinks only he can answer. He cannot answer on behalf of Sharad Pawar. But yes, he did say that these people have been approaching them, that some way find a solution that they can reconcile again.
Thanks, Sahil. I want to go across now to senior BJP leader Ravi Shankar Prasad. He joins us on this broadcast. 26 opposition parties meeting in Bengaluru, Ravi Shankar ji, a day before the big NDA meeting in the capital. As a top BJP strategist, what do you make of this meeting in Bengaluru? The second meeting in 2 months, an effort after the 23rd of June to try and bring the opposition on one plank against Team Modi.
I heard a very interesting comment, Rahul, by your namesake Rahul Srivastava from Bengaluru. Quoting some unnamed sources, he said, "Dal to mile hain, dil nahi mil rahe hain abhi." And that is the rub of the matter. और ये दिल कब मिलते हैं? When there is not only an agenda of governance, when there is an agenda for alternative polity, but there is also a leader who can command universal acceptance and respectability. Then what happens? It degenerates into give and take. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal left the people in Delhi to lurch. Your channel has been showing the pathetic condition in Delhi. You ought to have been here. No Congress leader at all had a comment to make over the messy affairs of Delhi floods. Second, the way Mamta ji sought to completely annihilate democratic process in Gram Panchayat elections in Bengal. Adhyakji had sent me as the leader of 5 MPs to go and see the fact-checking there. I was shocked to see as to how democracy has mouthed and how Mamta ji has surpassed the ugliness and cruelty of even the left regime, which she fought so candidly and courageously. No comment by Congress on Bengal affairs, no comment by Sitaram Yechuri or CPI. If this is the kind of convenient relationship becomes, then it becomes a give and take part of it. Now, you are trying for an alternative polity for a country as big as India. There are prime ministerial ambitions. There has to be, as my Adhyakji rightly said, a neta, a niyat, a capacity for delivery. Well, Rahul, with a wide experience, I can only say India has travelled much beyond the realm of Mr. Deve Gowda ji or Gujral ji or Chandrasekhar ji or VP Singh. India wants a stable government. India wants a powerful political leader who has the capacity to take a decision and deliver. And people of India are seeing how India is rising as the 5th biggest economy of the world and what kind of respect India is getting, be it in Washington, be it in Paris, be it in Japan, be it in Australia or elsewhere.
After the 23rd June Mahagathbandhan meeting in Patna, it seems the BJP seems to have upped its act on the formation of a bigger NDA. Earlier, a lot of parties were leaving. Now you're proactively wooing Chirag Paswan, H.D. Kumaraswamy of the Janata Dal Secular. Would it be fair to say that because of that opposition Mahagathbandhan meeting in Patna, now the BJP also trying to win more allies on board, doing this big counter meeting tomorrow to say, okay, that's the opposition Gathbandhan, we have an even bigger NDA that we will take to the voters?
First of all, Rahul, you need to recall, we respect our constituents in a coalition. Modi ji got a clear majority because of his popularity and party support and the people of India's support. Where the NDA constituent brought into the cabinet or not in 2014, in spite of having a clear mandate only for the BJP in terms of clear majority, he invited. The same was there in 2019. Therefore, we have learned to give respect to our allies, as we do. But if more people are willing to come, and by the way, Chirag Paswan campaigned for the BJP in the Mokama by-election, you know it very well, in some other by-elections too, the way he was ill-treated by Nitish Kumar, but that is a separate chapter altogether. Now, if parties do come, accepting the leadership of the Prime Minister as the leader who is delivering, as the leader who India continues to love and respect, if you are coming on developmental agenda, fine. The agenda in Bengaluru is what? Modi Hatao. Here the agenda is Desh ko aage badhao. Let's leave it to the people who decide to do that.
Are you also now going to bring the Akalis on board? We heard H.D. Kumaraswamy and Chirag Paswan already in the bag. What about Chandrababu Naidu? Talks are going on. Will Naidu and the Akalis also come on board as part of this NDA?
First of all, don't forget, Akali Dal has been a robust part of alliance with us for the last more than 40 years. They went because of the issue of farmers' protest, etc., because of compulsions of local politics. Chandrababu has also, Naidu has also been ally with us in the past. But what happens now? Yes, I believe they have met. But what concrete shape it will take, I cannot speculate now. It should be better left to the wisdom of our leaders who are handling it.
Okay, we leave it over there for the time being. Ravi Shankar Prasad ji, for joining us on the Newstrack with your thoughts. Thank you very much and all the best for the NDA meeting tomorrow. So a big NDA Jamboree in the capital tomorrow on the back of this Bengaluru Jamboree. Is the opposition in a position to come together? Are there just too many contradictions? To talk about this, we're joined on the broadcast now by Rohan Gupta, spokesperson for the Congress party. We've got Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Jasmine Shah is with the Aam Aadmi Party as its chief spokesperson. Let me go across to Jasmine Shah first, because we've heard from the Congress, we've heard from the BJP. Now, after extracting a concession from the Congress that they would back the AAP position on the ordinance in Delhi, has now established its presence in Bengaluru. I see Bhagwant Mann in those pictures. I can see Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal as well. Jasmine Shah, what is the AAP's role in this opposition Gathbandhan? Because you take on the Congress in Delhi, you take on the Congress in Punjab. How will you be able to come together, not in a meeting, but in actual terms, in an alliance setting, to be able to take on the BJP?
Rahul, the answer to your question is very simple. The reason why these very different parties, who may have different views on certain policy priorities, but they are yet together on the same platform, because we are united with the view that India is a constitutional democracy. It should be run by the word that is written in the constitution, and constitution should not be trampled upon day and night by the governors and the lieutenant governors of Delhi, of India, as well as, agencies like ED and CBI should not be unleashed to make a opposition mukt Bharat, which
No,
is
that's fine. I
precisely
understand
of Mr. Modi.
positional.
Now coming to your question.
7 seats in Delhi, 14 in Punjab. How do you split them, AAP and Congress?
No, but it is not just about Delhi and Punjab. Aam Aadmi Party is a national party, Rahul. We have MLAs in Gujarat, we have MLAs in Goa, we have very strong presence in many other states of the India. Clearly, this is one of the questions that the various parties, 26 parties that are meeting in Bangalore will be grappled with. But let's focus on what unites them. And what unites them is the fact that today we are facing an existential threat as a democracy. No work has happened on people's issues, but all the corrupt leaders from other parties have been congregated in the BJP. And today, if we can manage to save the constitution and the democracy of India as our founding fathers had wanted, I'm very sure we will also find answers to questions like what happens to inflation, what happens to unemployment. Completely unaddressed question by Mr. Modi's regime in the last 9 years, who has solely focused on making sure that there is no opposition
Rohan
government that is
Gupta,
allowed to function.
You just heard from Jasmine Shah, unstated in the context of what Jasmine said is Gujarat and Goa. How many seats would you be willing to give the Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat? Would you be willing to give one of the 2 seats in Goa? How many seats in Punjab are you willing to give AAP? They'll say we are a bigger party at this moment than you. How many are you willing to give them in Delhi? How many are they willing to give you?
We must understand when we talk about alliance, there is something called common minimum program. There is a difference between the local issues and there is a difference between national issues. And that is where opposition has taken a lead in coming together. The same BJP who was making mockery of opposition they have to follow now Congress party and the UPA, because now they have understood that ground reality is changing. Till yesterday, BJP was talking Modi versus all. Now they are talking about NDA, the same NDA which BJP finished by themselves. BJP acted like Basmasur, and all their old allies, whether it is JDU or Akali Dal or Shiv Sena, they finished them. Now why they remember NDA? Because they now know that ground reality is changing.
Let Sanju Verma respond to this, that this whole NDA meeting tomorrow you're having to call because you realize that Ekla Chalo won't do. To take on this opposition, you required friends, which is why you're not trying to influence them, win them back and build an NDA. Otherwise, you were thinking that alone you'll be able to smash them all.
Okay, Rahul, let me just say this to you. As JP Nadda ji very rightly said today, that वो कहावत है, कहीं का ईट कहीं का रोड़ा, भानुमति ने कुनबा जोड़ा. And I think that captures the essence of a debilitated, fractious and electorally vanquished opposition. Point number 1. Point number 2. I always say this sounds rhetorical, but it is so true. 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 into 0 into 0 is 0. Look at Kejriwal first, because you had the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson. Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson should know that Kejriwal, their party had a vote share. And Kejriwal himself had a personal standing in terms of positive affirmation to the tune of 33%. Come 2019, Kejriwal's personal standing came down from 33% to 18% amongst voters. So a lot changed. I want to just say this to you. Aam Aadmi Party fought on almost all the 224 seats in Karnataka Vidhan Sabha. They lost deposits in 93% of the seats in 208 seats. And guess what? Aam Aadmi Party contested the West Bengal Panchayat elections, and do you know how many votes they got? 5.67 crore people took part in the Panchayat elections, and Aam Aadmi Party got 1 vote. 1 vote.
No, but they're not a force in West Bengal. See, no, one second. That's not the point. The point is, if the AAP and the Congress were to unite in Delhi, I don't know whether it will be 3-4, 4-3, 5-2, but if they were to unite in Delhi, but if they were to unite in Delhi, ma'am, they'll make your life much tougher. This is a fact. You may still win quite a few of the seats, but if Jasmine Shah and Rohan Gupta's parties were to find a way of uniting in Delhi, it would make the BJP's life tougher than if they were split.
Can I finish, Rahul?
Yes, you must.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me. You are going off to Bengal. The AAP's not a factor in Bengal. Talk about where they are.
Rahul, can I please?
Yes,
why are you giving me, arguments on behalf of the Aam Aadmi Party? Please do that for the BJP for a change, Rahul.
Rahul, allow me to do that. Please allow me to do that.
Let me finish.
One second, Jasmine, we're coming back to you in a moment. Just one second, let her conclude.
Okay. Let's now talk numbers. In terms of numbers, Congress is at 52. RJD 0 seats in Lok Sabha. JDU 16 seats in Lok Sabha, fought on the back of Narendra Modi on all their posters. TMC 22 seats. Aam Aadmi Party, thank God they won the Jalandhar by-election. Their tally was 0. Now they have 1 royal seat in the Lok Sabha. So let's be very clear. Aam Aadmi Party has 0 presence outside Delhi and Punjab. Mamata Banerjee has 0 presence outside Bengal. Don't forget, Mamata Banerjee said, "Hum Tripura jeetenge." They got 0 seats in Tripura. Mamata Banerjee said, "Hum Goa jeetenge." They got 0 seats in Goa. Don't forget, Aam Aadmi Party said, what did Arvind Kejriwal say prior to Gujarat elections? हम किसी तरह 80-90 सीटें तो जीतेंगे. इंटेलिजेंस ब्यूरो से मुझे ये खबर मिली है, बट आप हमको 150 सीटें दिलवाइए. And what was the tally? 5 seats with a vote share of 12.82%. So on TV debates, you can, argue till the cows come home that, oh, Kejriwal is a force to reckon with. But the ground reality is he's a big zero. And just last but not the least, today BJP is the only party which has neta, niti, niyat and nirnay lene ki shakti, the ability to take decisions with a face. That is the most popular one. I'm talking of Narendra Modi.
Okay.
And as JP Nadda says, we are the only party which has Karyakarta,
Jasmine
Karyakram,
wants to make a quick
Karyakoshti
counter, and then I want to
Karyashali.
go across to Yashwant Deshmukh to try and understand how the numbers may potentially add up. Jasmine, a marginal presence of the kind that you mentioned in Goa or even Gujarat will definitely not get you a seat over there. The Congress won't be willing to share either of the 2 Goa seats or even anything in Gujarat. So therefore, this whole idea of your aspiration and your reality, how do you match that?
Rahul, first let me answer the West Bengal point that the BJP spokesperson said. It comes news to me that Aam Aadmi Party fought the Panchayat election. So clearly some things only BJP knows even better than the other political parties.
Yes,
and
you should do better homework next time. You contested in many seats there.
Sanju Verma, please, let's not get
no,
brash on
because
this
you
show,
don't know stuff
please,
about
please
your
shut
own
up.
party.
Okay, now I can't have both guests speaking at the same time. Sanju
You
Verma
shut
has
up.
already spoken.
I'm
Let
not being
Jasmine
allowed
make
to
a quick counter. I want to go across to Yashwant Deshmukh after that. Jasmine, 20
very
seconds.
very limited point. BJP today is saying that हमारे पास नीति है, we take decisive action. And what has that decisive action, Rahul, led to? It's led to demonetization, whether shutdown, lakhs of businesses, लाखों बेरोजगार हो गए. That decisive action has led the cylinder price of LPG to increase from 400 to 1300. So, तौबा है आपके indecisive action से. People are fed up. People wanted change. And today you see these different parties coming together because of the fact that we have never seen the kind of constitutional crisis like you're seeing today in India, where governors and lieutenant governors have also become alliance partners of BJP. It is not just these 38 Inamina Dika parties that have come together. It are these governors, lieutenant governors, ED, CBI, IT, सारे मिलके आप चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं, फिर भी आप हारेंगे, ये हमारा दावा है.
Let me go across to Yashwant Deshmukh. Political rhetoric aside, if you were looking at it purely from the numbers, how would you allocate seats? Take Delhi and Punjab, because you got an AAP and Congress spokesperson on the show and they can jump in live with their views. How would you split tickets between opposition parties in Delhi given their current vote share and their vote share in the last Lok Sabha elections?
I mean, purely from statistical perspective, probably 5-2 in Delhi, for example. 5
for Congress and 2 for AAP? How do you decide 5 for AAP and 2 for Congress?
5 for AAP and 5 for AAP and 2 for Congress.
No, but the Congress can say in the Lok Sabha, we were the bigger force. No, let's do this live. The Congress will say in the Lok Sabha, we were the bigger force.
Yeah, that's what they will ask for, but I don't think that Aam Aadmi Party will ever agree to that. The issue here is that, Rahul, that they are not asking for to take a stand on Delhi ordinance and everything. Congress is not doing it for Delhi Lok Sabha seats or the Punjab Lok Sabha seats. Rahul, I definitely feel this has more to do with the upcoming assembly elections. We have seen that 6% or 12% votes in 6% in Goa and 12% votes in Gujarat, how it has damaged the Congress. And states like Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan...
No, but AAP doesn't need Congress. AAP doesn't need Congress in Delhi. AAP can say we can win on our own. We don't need Rohan Gupta's party.
What I'm simply saying is, Congress definitely needs AAP to sit out in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, even taking 1 or 2% vote share out there means splitting the anti-incumbency vote. So
no, but this is a national alliance. I think AAP might say we will still fight in Madhya Pradesh. They've been making some noises over there. They're not saying that Madhya Pradesh is part of the same deal.
I don't think this alliance will ever take place because of a simple reason, Rahul, that this alliance is being forwarded by the hypothetical situation of one unified candidate against the BJP.
No, but that's in the Lok Sabha elections, not in the assembly elections.
But it will have an impact over here. This will be taken as a confidence.
So how would you allocate seats purely on the basis of electoral arithmetic? How would you allocate seats between AAP and Congress in Punjab?
Well,
Yashwant?
In Punjab, it will be more like 50-50, maybe, because Congress was equally strong in Punjab. But as far as Delhi is considered, I don't think Congress is in a strong footing in Delhi anymore, and Aam Aadmi Party is not going to cede even an inch of ground.
No, but these are real problems. See, Rohan Gupta, you can turn around and say in the Lok Sabha election, Congress came second, AAP is third. In the Lok Sabha, Congress is the natural challenger to BJP, not the AAP. Therefore, this 5-2 is not acceptable. It should be 4-3 in Congress's favor. Jasmine Shah will turn around and say, क्या बोल रहे हो आप तो हो ही ना 3 में ना 13 में why will we give you 3 seats
to the Aam Aadmi Party?
No, once again let Rohan Gupta comment. Now how do you do 5-2 in favor of AAP? Is that acceptable? That is Yashwant Deshmukh's cephalogical understanding.
See, Rahul, I think the way opposition unity is going on, we had a first meeting, people were laughing, the analysts were questioning whether it will go further or not, and now we are today in second meeting where 26 parties are there. Let's wait for the right time. We are progressing together.
No,
we are
sure.
working on
see, now I understand what you're saying. All this is fine. ED, ICE, misuse of agencies, you can say all of this. Ultimately, you will have to sit with Jasmine Shah and figure out how many seats will AAP fight, how many seats will Congress fight. That's what it comes down to.
Let's cross the bridge when it comes. That's what I'm saying. You haven't heard me properly. 2 meetings have happened. Aam Aadmi Party has confirmed that
in Delhi, there's a lot of water under the bridge at this moment. The Yamuna is flooded. There's a lot of water in the bridge.
You have to ask same question to, let me complete please, Rahul.
Yes.
You ask same question to BJP when they are saying 38 parties, the party which has trust all their allies in past, the party which finished NDA, the party which is fighting now in Maharashtra, where Ajit Pawar is saying that he is going to be CM. You ask these questions to BJP. We are very, very clear, Rahul. We are working on common minimum program, and after that, whatever maturity the parties needs to show, we will sit together and show. We will see which is the party which is...
Now this is the argument that let's put together an ideological framework. Seeton ki baat baad mein hogi. I think that's the message, Sanju Verma, the opposition is trying to fix. Don't get us stuck into 5-2, 3-4, 4-3, 7-7, 8-6. You'll get us tied up in knots. We'll deal with that later. Leave it to us. They're saying the BJP can't be trusted, Sanju Verma, because you eat up your allies. Let Sanju Verma speak, please.
Rahul, first and foremost, I want to say that I did not use abusive language. But Jasmine Shah said, shut up. तो आपको बता दूं, बदतमीजी करोगे तो आपको बदतमीजी का जवाब मिलेगा मुझसे. Jasmine Shah, you are a party which has been not able to even deliver basic governance to Delhi. When 2016 dengue happened, your Kejriwal said, no Rahul, let me finish. When 2016 dengue happened, Kejriwal said, मैंने घुटने टेक दिए हैं जी, मुझसे कुछ नहीं होगा. Modi ji, please help Delhiites. When COVID second wave hit Delhi in 2020 and 21, Kejriwal said, मुझसे कुछ नहीं होगा जी. Modi ji, please Delhi की सहायता कीजिए. Wait a minute. Every year during Diwali, the AQI goes beyond 500, and what does Kejriwal say? मुझसे कुछ नहीं होगा जी. नरेंद्र मोदी, please मेरी मदद कीजिए. Now in 2023, when Delhi is reeling under floods, a shameless Kejriwal and the shameless Jasmine Shah, who's a personal assistant to Kejriwal, what did Kejriwal say? ये मेरी गलती नहीं है जी, ये तो हरियाणा के हथनी कुंड बराज की गलती है. So Jasmine Shah, you shut up and now listen to what I have to say. Let me say this to you, Rahul, that what did Congress get in 2019? They got 52 seats, 75%. 39 seats came from 2 states, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. But look at the tally of Congress in Kerala 2021 assembly elections. Their tally went down from 47 to 41. I'm talking of the Congress-UDF partnership. As for Kejriwal, he got 2 seats in Goa. He's been contesting Goa for the longest time. He did not, make a sizable dent there. He's limited to Delhi and Punjab. Gujarat, he managed to get only 5 royal seats. Kejriwal is not an important person in the overall scheme of things when you talk of national politics. India today is giving him more relevance than he deserves. He's the proverbial Nero who was fiddling when Rome was burning. Delhi is, Delhi is reeling under floods. And this Kejriwal Chamcha comes here and gives a bhashan to the BJP.
That the people of Delhi dealing with a very serious water issue at this moment, dengue, malaria, real challenges, this is what the Chief Minister should really be focusing on, rather than trying to be part of some opposition unity meeting in Bengaluru. Jasmine.
Rahul, if only the BJP had obsessed about issues like inflation, unemployment, as much as the BJP spokesperson is obsessing about Aam Aadmi Party, its past, present, future on this show, then I think the country would have been in a much better position. Let me come to the main issue of today. The opposition parties are meeting together in Bangalore, not just because they want to save the constitution, but because the country is waiting for an alternate vision to be articulated.
Let Jasmine.
Your Kejriwal is a fraud.
This again shows who's this kind, this kind of brash behavior is very clear. And I think, Rahul, this has been going on in the country for the last 9 years. People are tired of this kind of arrogant, rowdy behavior that BJP netas and spokespersons show everywhere. They have been elected with a mandate. They have done nothing with their mandate. And people have made up their mind to say Tata bye-bye to Mr. Modi in 2024. The question is, will the opposition put together a credible alternate vision? And that is where I feel the Bangalore meeting is going to be a path breaker. It is not just about defeating Mr. Modi and saving the constitution, but actually putting the country back on the path of progress, which unfortunately for the last 9 years, we have only been suffering.
No, but there are some very critical issues, Rahul Srivastava, which at some point in time will need to be addressed. You can say that let's deal with the issue of seat allocation later, but will there be a convener? Will there be one person who's supposed to run the secretariat of this opposition, who is supposedly a convener of sorts? And who could that convener be? Is there any clarity? Do they want to have a convener? Who could this convener be? What kind of powers will he have?
See, Rahul, that's where lies the real problem. What I will say that in these 2 meetings and intervening period, and maybe sometime in future, this entire coming together of opposition parties, and remember, one coming together of the group of opposition parties, because a lot of opposition parties commanding a lot of seats are out of this opposition. So there are technically now 2 oppositions to Narendra Modi. They are going for the low-hanging fruit, Rahul, right now. That low-hanging fruit is a template which says behind me, United we stand. Now you can create a template, United we stand, but the nuts and bolts of it, someday they will have to present to the public to create that vision, as one of the panelists was saying. A vision is not created easily, where a Mamta vision has to go and be in sync with the Sitaram Yechuri vision. Now, how do you achieve that vision is the key task. I think it will be very difficult. I think what the idea is to keep building this template that we are united, keep going for the low-hanging fruit, create subcommittees. A convener is also very difficult, Rahul, because what happens to a convener, what kind of powers does he have vis-a-vis a Congress or a Mamata Banerjee or a Arvind Kejriwal? Because today Kejriwal is here in the meeting, 4 days later he may be in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh denting the Congress party. Now Congress may complain to the convener, please harness Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. Can the convener do that? Where does he get that authority? Will there be a steering committee or a coordination committee like we had in United Front time? That was again post-election, Rahul. That is why I will say कि अभी पनघट की डगर बहुत मुश्किल है.
Yashwant Deshmukh, we saw in Turkey recently 6 opposition parties cutting across the political spectrum from far right, anti-Kurd to left-leaning parties came together. In the end, there was a 6% gap between these so-called united opposition force and President Erdogan. So he won again, despite there was a tighter fight, there was more excitement than there would have been had these opposition parties had they fought separately. But in the end, the charisma of Erdogan won. Are there some similarities, dissimilarities that you pick up from the opposition's efforts to unify in Turkey and what that could mean for India?
Well, even before the current Turkish elections, even in India 2019, we have seen that fail big time, Rahul. In Uttar Pradesh, it was a united opposition for all practical meter. The arithmetic did not comply because the chemistry failed. We have seen, Karnataka, JDS and Congress coming together only ended up pushing BJP's vote share beyond 50%. So, yeah, I mean, these things that one candidate against one party, these are good to say and good to judge. In India, we have seen this function and this work in 67, 77 and 89 when there was enough issue on the ground for people to mobilize on against the central leadership, or the unpopularity of the central leadership forced the people or the opposition candidates to rely on that. I don't think that is happening at this point of time. What I feel that the late 90s experiments of all the United Fronts thing has actually taken the Indian perception on the common ground, that all these Bhanumati ka Kunba doesn't really work. People have stopped voting for Jod Tod ki sarkars anymore. People are not giving an indecisive mandate or a hung assembly anymore. People are going for a sweeping verdict in whatever they are giving a precise mandate. Aam Aadmi Party won a huge mandate in both the states. Congress won a huge mandate in Karnataka right now. But I don't think people are going to confuse the ragtag coalition, and that too on the convenership. Rahul, it's so interesting to figure out who the convener is going to be.
Who would you make the convener? Yashwant Deshmukh? Purely by logic, who do you think is the most logical convener?
Well, I cannot see an opposition working without the Congress in the central road, or I cannot see anything working without the Congress leadership in the central road, because what the others are, Kejriwal is taken as a junior by all these senior leaders. Nitish Kumar, hell no. What Nitish Kumar is going to tell the people in Bengaluru, make me the Prime Minister and I will convert Bengaluru to Patna. What exactly is the program that he is going to talk about at the national level?
Rahul,
so, without Congress, all this entire central opposition alliance.
Sanju Verma, final words. Some of what Yashwant Deshmukh is saying would give you some comfort. That it's not just the electoral arithmetic, ultimately it's the chemistry, and the BJP's big hope will be that chemistry still lies with Prime Minister Modi. But you also have now 10 years of anti-incumbency. You now have 10 years of anti-incumbency that you're up against. Sanju Verma, final word.
Rahul, I need my uninterrupted time, because you've got panelists from parties which have barely one Lok Sabha seat and are sitting here and giving a gyan to the BJP. Let me just say this. There is this famous kahavat. हमको मालूम है जन्नत की हकीकत क्या है, हमको मालूम है जन्नत की हकीकत क्या है, लेकिन दिल को खुश करने के लिए गालिब ये ख्याल अच्छा है. So while the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress can hallucinate, मुंगेरी लाल के सपने देखते रहिए, but let me tell you Rahul, the Aam Aadmi Party का अनपढ़ गवार spokesperson सर मोदी जी ने क्या किया है? So ये किया है मोदी जी ने. Last 5-year inflation average 5.2% despite a debilitating COVID. 48 crore Jan Dhan accounts, the largest global financial inclusion scheme. Ayushman Bharat, 1 minute, the world's largest healthcare scheme, 11 crore plus toilets.
No, this is not time for an election speech. This is not time for an election speech.
The world's largest self-employment scheme.
You are counting some of the achievements of the BJP government. Ultimately, it's the voters who need to weigh in on whether the Prime Minister has done more or they think the opposition holds more promise.
Please.
Okay, Rohan, I'm out of time, so I want to give you just 20 seconds to wrap up very quickly.
Rahul, I totally disagree with what you said or what one of the psephologists say, because if that is the case, why BJP is trying to recreate NDA? Why 38 parties?
Because they don't want to take a risk. They want to be doubly sure that they're winning. They want to win bigger than last time.
They know the ground reality is changing. People are voting for issues now. They know that. And that's why they are shattered. They are shattered with opposition unity, and that's why they are now coming together with 38 parties. If they had confidence on Mr. Modi, if they had confidence on the promises what Mr. Modi made, which are now jumlas, they wouldn't have recreated NDA. They could have confidence that yes, BJP alone will fight and give the narrative to the people. Yes, Mr. Modi are versus all. Now they themselves have killed this narrative because they themselves are shattered.
Okay, here's what I want to say in conclusion. The opposition coming together does make the next election more exciting. It doesn't necessarily change the outcome of the election, but it just spices things up. There's more to talk about, there's more to fight about. So it's not like one-way traffic flowing only in one direction. There is more chaat masala and more juice and more excitement, which is what gets us all really excited, because that makes the election more fascinating than it otherwise would be. Remember, even in Turkey, even though Erdogan won in the end, right till the end, it was a fascinating contest. Much closer, much more fascinating than it would have been. It wasn't close in the end, but nobody knew that before polling. Till the polling, the media, the pundits, they were all at it with these elections. So to that extent, in India as well, things will be more exciting politically as the opposition comes together. The BJP will, of course, as we've seen already, punch back as hard as it possibly can. You're on board the Newstrack. The anti-terror squad of the Uttar Pradesh police is questioning Pakistani national Seema Ghulam Haider, who came to India via Dubai and Nepal after falling in love with Sachin Meena over PUBG. Under investigation are her multiple SIM cards, mobile phones and documents. Her Pakistani links are also being probed.
Love, conspiracy or terror. The mystery around Seema Haider and Sachin Meena relationship is only deepening. At the center of this love story are two enemy nations, India and Pakistan. Seema Haider's illegal entry into India from Pakistan's Sindh and her alleged marriage to Sachin Meena is now under investigation. Seema Haider has become a celebrity and social media sensation, from mainstream media to YouTubers and Instagram influencers. Seema Haider has given interviews to dozens.
4 बजे निकली शाम में भाई 4 बजे निकले तो 11 घंटे मेरा स्टे था दुबई में तो यार दुबई से फिर मैं अगले सुबह को पहुंच गई सुबह को सवेरे 11 की सुबह को सवेरे पहुंच गई वहां काठमांडू सुबह को उसी मतलब टैक्सी पकड़ी टैक्सी वाला कहा मुझे न्यू बस पार्क उतार दो और मुझे पोखरा के लिए गाड़ी चाहिए नेपालियों ने नहीं करी इंडियन एक ही ऑफिसर आए थे उन्होंने पूछताछ करी थी तो मैं इनका एड्रेस पूरा बता दिया रब्बूपुरा का
But her responses have raised some suspicions. How did Seema Haider enter India illegally? How did Seema Haider get illegal documents? Why did Seema Haider have half a dozen mobile phones? What is Seema's age and educational qualification? Not just that, reports of Seema's brother working for Pakistani security agencies have also come to the fore, raising doubts about Seema being a Pakistani spy. So now, a unit of UP-ATS headquarters have been deployed to probe Seema Haider's case. UP-ATS usually monitors terror plots and investigations. The UP-ATS will now probe Seema Haider's mobile phones, her social media accounts. It will also track Seema Haider's route from Pakistan to Dubai and from Dubai to Nepal. People who helped Seema reach India by crossing the border will also be investigated. Sachin and Seema's connection will also be probed. Not only this, the Central Intelligence Agencies are also getting Seema Haider's background check done in Pakistan. Information is being collected about Seema Haider's profile and her relatives in Pakistan. Bureau Report, India Today.
This is a story that's got everyone tracking very closely. Is she a spy? Is she a woman in love? We will take no sides, just cover the story as factually, as objectively as we possibly can. I want to thank you for joining me on the Newstrack. I look forward to seeing you 8 p.m. tomorrow evening as we track the NDA meeting at the Ashoka Hotel in Delhi. So do tune in for that.